Hey guys, Jay Mart here. We got a fun video that I'm going to be doing today. What I'm going to be doing is repurposing some of my lanterns into light posts for Christmas. I did this last year with a bunch of miscellaneous things from Dollar Tree, and this year I actually printed some 3D parts. You can see that I've got a bunch of parts down there, but let's flip the camera around so you guys can see a little bit better. I got a bunch of miscellaneous different things. Like I said, I 3D printed a few parts for this year's, and then we got some parts that I still have left over from Dollar Tree. This is a brand new lantern I just bought at Harbor Freight. They had them on sale when I was there. Very first step is you gotta remove these end caps on these broomsticks. So I bought these at Dollar Tree. They had the top handle that you just have to tug on it pretty hard, but it comes right off. But the other end where you actually screw in a mop or a broom or whatever on the other end, that one's a little bit more tricky. You just cut off the spiral end, and then I actually get a drill, and then I drill out all the plastic if we can get this angled right. But you want a clear hole through here because we're gonna hide the electrical wire down it. So my first option is gonna be really nice and easy to do because it shouldn't require any splicing wires and reconnecting them and soldering them or whatever to get it back together. And what that is this little box that I bought off of Amazon. I think it's 10, 12 bucks, something like that. And it has these batteries that convert to an AC adapter. So what we're gonna do with that is we're gonna actually replace the solar rechargeable battery with one of those batteries and give it direct power so we don't have to worry about it charging during the day. I'll include a link in the description for this product so that you guys can check it out on Amazon if you want to do this. But a AA battery power supply adapter, so you can replace a device that requires 3 batteries. This one only requires 1, so we won't have to use these blanks to complete the circuit. All right, so before I plug the batteries and all that in, I'm gonna run this through the broomstick. What's nice about this will actually go down the shaft. All right, guys, so I just wanna show you, I got this coming out on one end and the other. One thing I recommend is make the wire as straight as possible before feeding it in, because if you get it where it wads up at all, it gets really hard to push it all the way through. But if you can get the wire as straight as possible and just help it feed it slowly through, it will come out on the other end. But we're good, and that's now done. All right, so the next part is you just plop in the battery or this adapter that acts like a battery and then gives direct power. That cable that we just fed through just plugs into here. What's really nice about this is you can see this is very flat, so we can put the cover back on. So we just make sure you don't break the wire, so make sure it lays flat. Sorry, let me angle it. So we got it coming around there, and then let's pop this on. There we go. All right, guys, so I'm glad I took a second to redo this. So obviously you gotta get the right pieces in the places before just starting assembling. So I have my lower base here. So I actually came across these in my garage that I'd never used. And what they are, this will work perfectly because the way I designed this is I'll feed the wire, it will come through here, and then I'll glue down the plate on a tile to give it weight and stability. And then you can see it connects through here. The wire goes through the tube up here. I put this little adapter for the flagpoles. There were stakes for solar lights that I never used. So what's that end cap is the spike going the inside. And they actually work perfectly and they fit inside what I printed. But I also took one of the Dollar Tree broomsticks and I got a pipe cutter and I cut a bunch of those down for little handles. Those are a little bit smaller, so I'll play around with that and see which one I like better. And then right now that's not connected, so I'll connect that to the light and then we'll just put this all together real quick. And the last step really will be gluing the base down on a tile. So I got these 12 by 12 inch tiles that I just had in the garage, and I'm gonna use that as the weight in the base. And I'll show you how I'm gonna do that in just a second. We'll put everything together and you'll see it all put together. All right, so I haven't glued it down yet, But there you go. You can see that that's a 12-inch tile sitting on there. It's actually pretty balanced, and it's just standing on its own on this little base right now on the tile. But check this out, guys. Right before I finish it off. So there's the light post. There's the arms to it for hanging flags or whatever. And it's gonna be awesome, guys. I haven't decided if I want to paint the tile or not. I might just leave it because it looks natural stone and stuff like that. So I might go with it. So let me go ahead and just secure the bottom, and then we'll plug it in and see how it looks. Probably should have done that first, like Christmas lights, right? You want to make sure everything works first before you do all this. But we'll definitely check that out. But I just want to see how the electric tape worked perfectly. So I just got it thick enough where I could just wedge it, screw it into place. Did the same thing there. Did it right here for the arms. So you can see where I have it thick there. And then another one thick there. So that keeps the arms just perfectly at that spot. Guys, look at that. We got power to it. It's working how it's supposed to. Freaking awesome. Let me show you the base. I designed this purposely when I did the 3D print. So let me show you how it works. So the wire will come down on either side, and then I created a channel so that it doesn't get pinched. Thought was like rebar would go on the one side and the wire would go on the other side. And then you can actually just put the shaft right over the rebar and it will hold it in place. And like I said, I did that last year. I got the 3 feet rebar from Home Depot, hammered it into the ground, and then just put it right over it and stayed up all winter long, no problems at all. And we get crazy winds and stuff like that out here sometimes. All right, guys, so I've got the lamp post done now. Did have to do a little bit different. The hot glue, obviously I didn't think about it, but it didn't really work on tile. Just not the right type of surface for bonding. So what I ended up doing is getting a flower pot and got a bunch of rocks and then just weighted it down and planted it in there, and that's gonna be working for now. I think I'll probably redesign that portion on my 3D printer, come up with a different design and maybe have it where I can screw it into like sort of plate or something like that. Because yeah, the hot glue is probably just not the best option for some of this stuff. But you can see I just got it plugged in there in the wall and turned out pretty much how I wanted it to.